You clicked on this video because you are tired of thinking or hearing about your ex, how to get over a breakup, and what's next. Let's talk about it. So first things first, it's not about getting over the breakup. It's not about forgetting about this said person, this ex, right? It's not about just poof, I'm gonna wake up one day and it's gonna be gone. They're gonna be erased from my memory. As ideal as that sounds, that's not realistic and that's not reality. More importantly, what is reality is working through the breakup, getting through the breakup, right? Allowing our body to process these emotions. See, what you have to understand is that as a human, we are creatures of habit. So that means that we adapt to what it is we do every single day, our daily routine, right? So positive or negative, if you are in a relationship, that relationship might have provided a certain type of security and stability to your life. And when you withdraw from that, that is no longer there. Do you understand? Right? So what you have to understand is allowing your body to process those emotions of being attached to somebody physically, mentally, and emotionally. Whether short term or long term, you're not going to be able to get over that overnight. You're not. Because you were in a habit of spending time with that said person, and that might have been all you knew. So when that is gone, who and where do you turn to? What is left for you, right? I know those are a lot of questions that happens after the breakup. The first thing that you need to be worried about is just accepting the pain. It's gonna hurt. It is. It's not gonna be easy. Right? Even if this person was toxic, even if this person was just too much to deal with, and you felt a certain type of relief exiting the relationship, that all those might be true, but you still have an emotional attachment to them, right? Because put the BS aside, you had chemistry with that person. That is why you were with them to begin with, correct? So we've got to be able to sit with our emotions and not run. A lot of us like to distract ourselves with friends and family. And it's good to be around friends and family, especially if you're hurting. But if you are doing that as an escape, as a vice to get away from your problems of dealing with the emotions of that relationship, whether positive or negative, well then guess what? 2-3 years down the road, you will have never healed from it, right? And time does heal, right? But if you're steady running, steady ducking and dodging, trying to distract yourself, trying to keep your mind off of that, then you can never face your problems. As soon as you get back to being by yourself, as soon as you are back to reality and you're solo with it, all the emotions, all the memories start flooding in. Then what? See, you're not dealing with your problems. You're not dealing and accepting your emotions. And it's a lot easier said than done. I got that. But it's not impossible. What you need to do is allow yourself to feel whatever you feel. If you're feeling grief, or if you're feeling mad, or if you're feeling a mix of emotions, if you don't know what you're feeling at all, feel that, because that's a feeling. If you don't know how to feel about a situation, that's a feeling in itself, believe it or not. See, this is what helps your body detach, right? Detoxify from that ex, is when you go without. I promise you, time heals. So take out time for yourself, right? And when people say time heals, it doesn't mean, oh, you're going to be 100%. You're going to just forget about that said person. It's going to be wiped and erased from your memory. It doesn't work like that. As ideal as it sounds, is not reality. But more importantly, what time provides us with is acceptance. It allows us to move on, move forward with our life. See, these emotions you're feeling them for a reason. Because your emotions help you better understand yourself. See, when you feel these emotions, it's going to be able to help you understand what you went through within that relationship, positive or negative. That is why you're feeling a mixed emotion of turmoil. What once was is now not. So as you're taking this time to be with yourself, as you're taking this time to feel everything, to process these emotions, you will see as the page flips, as the weeks turn, things get easier day by day by day. As long as you're focused on giving yourself credibility, holding yourself accountable for the part and role that you took in the relationship. A lot of us like to point fingers after the breakup. Oh my God, it was their fault. It was this fault. I'm the perfect angel, perfect being. I didn't do shit wrong. I'ma just, no. Shut up. No. Become accountable for the role that you played in the relationship. Take accountability of the role you played during the relationship. This is what's going to help you move forward. This is what's going to help you move on, positive or negative. See, when you block the exes, when you delete them off of the social medias, when you do this and that, how do you understand what type of situation you was really in? How do you prevent something like this from happening again? If you just, I'm gonna just up and block and try to forget and try to distract myself from, you're just gonna end up finding yourself in the same problem with another person. Isn't that how it always works? Become independent. A lot of us, we forget who we are. We were so caught up, so tied up in that relationship that we forget who we are. We forget that that relationship didn't create us. That relationship didn't birth us, right? And although it might have had an important role in your life for a said extended period of time, that relationship wasn't you, no matter how much you think it is. No matter how much you think having a guy or a girl is what makes you you, it's not. And you're starting to figure that out, right? Because you are back to square one. You are back to solo, right? So what's next? Where does that leave you? Well, it's simple. Once you have gotten through the healing phase, or to the point where you are not bitter, positive or negative about anything that transpired within the relationship, and you just view it as something you went through, kind of like school, right? Oh, we used to hate school, boy. We used to hate that shit when we was in school, nigga. What? Used to hate school, but once you graduate and you look back on school, you just look at school for what it was, which was just simply school. Or you look at all the positives, or you might remember the positive and the negatives about it, but you don't feel any certain type of way about it. You might say, oh, I ain't going back to that shit, but it's not that same bitter like, oh, I'm so sick, I can't wait till I get out of school. Oh, I'm so sick, can't wait till I graduate. It's just simply there. You might even start to miss it a little bit. You're like, damn, I remember when me and my homies was turned up in third period or at lunch. You see what I'm saying? But you had to get through school to understand and look back and say, oh, okay, boom, I could say something that's not biased about school, right? I could speak my mind about school and not come off as biased because I am through school. I am done with school. And that's the same way relationships work. You're not going to be up and just scribble. It's not a piece of paper. You can just erase your ex's name and then, oh, poof, it's gone. Nope, it's not how it works. So what's next? What do? You analyze the relationship. You analyze positives and negatives. And you tell yourself, okay, is this something that I really want to go through? Right? And for the people who say yes, right? Well, then go back to it. Go back to the toxicity. Go back to whatever it is you feel like you need to be a part of. And you'll probably 9 out of 10 keep reliving the same moment just through different people. But for those who are ready to move on, for those who are ready to love again, who are ready to start up, hey, what's up? I'm here to talk to you, right? So back to what I was saying about taking accountability to the part you play in the relationship. It's always important because it shows you, okay, what could have gone wrong, right? Okay, maybe we were arguing, right? Maybe I could have done something better here and there. Maybe I could have been more loving. Maybe I could have been more attentive. Maybe I could have provided more security for my girl. We all serve a role within a relationship. Relationship is not just you by yourself, right? So with that being understood, then you're able to critically think and set new principles that you are going to abide by going forward, so that you don't replicate that same instance with another person, right? What can I learn about myself that I didn't already know, right? This is what time provides us with. Does this make sense? So you guys have to understand that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be overnight. And it takes time, bro. And you should use this time to fully soak it up, fully understand it, right? To fully analyze the relationship for what it was, right? This analyzation comes after the grieving. This comes after the emotional turmoil, the emotional flurry. The analysis takes place after you've gotten to that point in life. Now, if you haven't gotten to that point, don't even, you know what I'm saying? You need to still be working on stage 1. Don't even be worried about stage 2. Don't even be worried about what I'm talking about right now. But if you are on stage 2, then boom, I got y'all, right? So once you see what it was that you could have done differently or could have done better, then you will know that, okay, now I'm a new man with new standards and new principles that I abide by. And going forward, if I ever start up a relationship with another person, these are my set principles, and I won't settle for less. See, that's what happens with a lot of people. They settle for less, right? You feel like you need that said person, right? You feel like you need that person instead of that person being an add-on or an addition to your life. Is that making sense? This period is perfect for exploring new things, right? Who are you at your core? Because you kind of lost that within the relationship. You kind of lost hindsight of things within the relationship. You had a lot of responsibilities, a lot going on, other things to attend to. But now that the focus is back on you, we could really get shit done. You are primal, you are independent. It's always been like that. But for some reason, that relationship and the time period after the relationship, you lost yourself. You lost who you truly are. You forgot who you are. And I'm here to remind you who you are. You're confident, you're beautiful, you're assertive, and you stand on business. It's that simple. Say it with me. Hey, say it with me. I'm confident, assertive, and I stand on business. You are capable and willing to be loved again. Stop telling yourself you not. Just because this relationship didn't end the way you thought it would, just because this relationship didn't get to the heights that you thought it was, all the stuff that y'all promised each other, it didn't get to that. That's okay. Stop beating yourself up. But instead, start taking accountability and say, hey, I understand. What can I do differently moving forward? This is how you heal. This is how you get over that breakup. Not all the other toxicity, not all the other gossip and hating and sneak dissing that you guys do. Not all of that. But being mature about the relationship and moving on and moving forward and not having any towards the animosity towards that person, whether the relationship was positive or negative. Is that making sense? See, once you do that, it makes then the next time you decide to strike it up with a girl and go on a date with them or build a relationship, and it doesn't have to be romantically, the next time you do that, you are more critical with your thought process, right? And you're gonna be moving a whole lot differently because you have learned from your past experiences, past mistakes. That is what truly matters. That's how you truly get over a breakup. If you need to talk about it with somebody, I done muted my mic and shit. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Make sure my audio going straight. But yeah, if you need to talk to somebody about that, do it, bro. If you need to talk about your relationship to somebody, if you need to get that edge off to a trustworthy individual, then do that, right? But don't get it confused with distracting yourself with external pleasures. Don't do it. Don't think, oh, you're going to be able to get over this relationship by going and talking to a million other girls, by being Mr. It, thinking that you know what I'm saying, just getting cold hearted, just shitting on girls or shitting on men. That's not mature. That's not doing anything for your situation at all, right? All that gossip, all that sneak dissing, that doesn't do nothing for your situation at all. For anything, it probably make it worse and make it more toxic. See, the one thing you don't want to do in life is burn bridges with nobody. I'd rather y'all keep shit neutral and just go on about your life, because you never know with life. Life has a, bro, I'm telling y'all, life has a crazy way of getting back at you. And if you're doing all this toxic, negative BS, bro, it's gonna bite you back in the ass in a way you would never expect. So it would just be best for you to steer clear from all that. That is how you get over a breakup, is by getting through the breakup, is by accepting what it is that transpired, positive or negative, and being okay with that, right? And knowing that, hey, I still have a connection to that person. I still might love that person, but it's just gonna have to be from a distance. That's what that's gonna have to be. We're gonna have to move a little bit smarter. But it's all love over here. Nothing. We're never bitter, because we're doing it for ourselves. We need that sense of relief, that sense of pressure being lifted off of our shoulders. That you being a forgiving person is for you more so than the other person. Because nobody can feel that you hate them but you, bro, unless you go out and publicly, you know what I'm saying? And even then, they're not gonna understand the emotion of hate, right? They're just gonna know that you did some bitter shit. You're acting on bitter emotions or hating emotions. You get what I'm saying? So that's the video for today. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all tuning in. I will be having more bangers like this one on the channel, so make sure y'all stay tuned. If this video helped you guys, make sure y'all leave a like and subscribe. And I'm gone. It's Boogie.